Hello, everybody. Good day, and I'm Costas Kivelos, and today we are going to talk about sizzling summer sales with Costas. And this is an exceptional year. In fact, with everything we've been through in the last 18 months with COVID and everything, that traditionally we have not worked that much in condo sales over the course of the summer. But this is not the case this year. This year, we are going to be selling a lot of condos over the next 2 months. It is unheard of that I would be having a webinar with you people and anyone in general at the end of June, almost July, and be talking about 5 and even 6 projects that we are going to be investing people's money over the next 2 months. Now, as you know, I'm Costas Kivelos, founder of First Access Condos, host of Condo Investing with Costas, and pretty much a condo investment consultant and investor myself. So First Access Condos was founded by me about 5 years ago. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to create an investment platform where the everyday investor could get involved in condo investing. I wanted to take away kind of the skepticism and the mystery of investing in real estate, because it's really a straightforward and simple task to do. All you need to do is be ready, and with deferred and extended deposit structures, it is much more affordable than people think. So to start off, I'm going to introduce my team. Myself, of course, I handle the majority of the sales. I'm on the front lines. And what I do is I try to get units, because the most difficult thing to do in pre-construction is to actually get units for our clients. We have Kayla Brown, who's our marketing manager. She's fantastic. We have Ashley, who's our operations manager, and she's the one that's usually contacting everybody. She's usually our first point of contact. She answers all your emails. And now we have a new addition, Serena Lee. She's our international sales and marketing associate. And we've been trying to expand over the last year into Asia and bring some foreign buyers into the Toronto real estate market. A little known fact is, here in the GTA, we sell more condos year over year than any other city on the planet. Now, why is that? Well, first off, our market is fundamentally strong. We're a supply and demand-based market. We are not a speculation or bubble. That is the biggest piece of nonsense that I hear repeatedly over and over. And that is a 100% fake news phenomenon. And what we've learned over the past 18 months is do not believe everything the news tells you, and especially don't believe it when it comes to real estate. Okay. And so like I said, we've been trying to expand. We've been doing more work here. There's an announcement I'm going to make at the end about something else that we're getting into. So it's a very exciting time for us here at First Access Condos, hopefully for you, our clients, and our investor friends, and real estate as a whole. What we've been noticing over the past, I'd say, first and second quarter of this year is we saw a real surge in low-rise resale. So what we saw is the low-rise sector of our market, traditionally the houses, the towns, the semis, there was a big spike in prices. Now, that was a result of pent-up demand being a byproduct of COVID. And what happened during COVID was our economy here in the GTA was very, very strong, and it never skipped a beat. Okay, with the exception of a small sector of our workforce, everybody else was still willfully employed. Everybody was making good money. People were working from home. And the result was that people were saving up more money. And what we saw was people starting to invest back in real estate. Now, the reason prices spiked was because there was very limited inventory, contrary to the hysteria that was built up in 2017 when everybody thought the market was going to collapse and they started listing their homes and we had an oversupply of product. What we saw recently was that there was limited inventory. People were not listing their houses. And when you add that to the increase in demand, that people wanted either a bigger home or a fancier home, okay, then we saw prices naturally increase. Now, what does that mean when it comes to condo sales? Well, what happens is when resale low-rise increases, condos initially slow down a bit because the surges toward the lows rise. But then there was a great chart that Jason Lamb from Center Court, he's the VP of that company, and myself used in a webinar that we hosted for 8 Wellesley in December, which showed the correlation between the two. So when you see an initial spike on the graph, which is for low rise, you see the graph line for condos start to flatten. And then once the delta, the difference between the two becomes very large, Then you see condos spike until they actually intersect. We're currently at the low point for condos, which means it's a fantastic time to invest, because when you're going to make money, you buy low and you sell high. Now let's talk about a bit about our company, First Access Condos. What benefits do you, the consumer, have with working with us? Well, another little known fact is that true platinum access is not had by everybody. And what is platinum access? Platinum access means that you get first access, hence the name, to condo projects in the city. And out of 53,000 realtors, there's only about 100 to 150 of us which actually have access to these projects. So we're the 0.2% of all real estate agents when it comes to condos. We offer full support. We give our clients and cooperating agents full support to ensure a smooth transaction. So we're with you every step of the way. Whether you're an agent that's buying through us or a client buying through us, we try to give you the same amount of effort put into your deal, and we give you the same amount of support, and we try to answer the same amount of questions. Okay, the more people that we can help invest in this beautiful market that we have, the better we feel and the better it is for everybody. And we have first access to everything. We get you pricing, we get you plans, we get you top incentives, we get you inside information pre-launch, which is partially what I'm having this webinar for, to talk to you about it. Now, let's actually go into our projects here. So we have projects today spanning the whole GTA. We're going to start off in Yorkville, which everybody knows is the jewel in the crown when it comes to Toronto. It's the fanciest, most luxurious neighborhood and the most well-known. We're going to go to Etobicoke. We are going to do 2 projects in Mississauga. And we also have another project that we're going to talk about in Downsview, which was just released, just started marketing, and it's a fantastic opportunity. So let's talk about ADAGIO. ADAGIO is 29 stories in the heart of Yorkville. It's only 202 units, and it has almost a perfect walk score of 99. And when it comes to walk score, 99 to me is 100. So you really don't need any car. We know parking is going to be very, very pricey here. So you don't need a car. You can walk everywhere. It's one of the closest addresses to the most expensive and most luxurious shops in the city, the best restaurants. And it's really at the center, the epicenter of Toronto, which is Yonge and Bloor. It's just a block north. Okay. Now, this project, okay, is refined living at ADAGIO. So let's hear the little expert that my team wrote up about this. It's designed as an elegant modern retreat in the heart of the city and inspired by the distinguished address. ADAGIO promises a rewarding life, allows yourself to be transformed by its glorious ambience, and lived by its proximity to Canada's most prestigious shopping and dining district right at your doorstep. So that's pretty much a fancy way of packaging that this is one of the best addresses in the city. Like I said, it is close to everything, and it is fantastic for anyone that wants to really feel what the joy of condo living is. And the joy of condo living is walking to everything. Now, condos follow density, and density is Toronto now and in the future. So this is a prime example where if you buy here, you're at your doorstep, you have the 2 major subway lines, the line 1 and 2 lines, 1 being Yonge, 2 being Bloor Danforth, right at your doorstep. Everything was in walking distance. You can walk to the Hudson's Bay if you want a larger department store. If you're one of those few that are a little luckier than the rest of us, you can shop at Holt Renfrew. It is everything at your doorstep. Italy opened up down there, which is one of the best, probably the best market that we have in the city. Okay. Now, everybody knows about this. Now, people ask me, what is pricing going to be? Now, what I'm going to tell you is that we don't get a finalized price until we actually give it to you when we get the project launches. But I'm going to say, based on my experience and having my finger on the pulse of the market, I expect this to be around $1,100 a square. Sorry, $1,800 a square foot. I wish it was at 11. We'd all go into it. But it's going to be probably around $1,800 a square foot. And that's currently the rate that's going on in Yorkville. And we actually sold a project, One Delisle, which was north of here, just north of Yonge and St. Clair, and they were at $1,800 a square foot. So if you want to buy in the heart of Yorkville, which is basically the blue chip stock of the real estate market, you're going to be paying around $1,800. And if you think it's expensive now, we'll wait till later. This project is going to launch mid-July. Okay, so if you have any interest in this, email us at info@firstaccesscondos.com and we'll get everything out to you. Heart of Toronto, now we're at the heart of Mississauga. We're at Ontario, just south of Square One. And I really love this project because I'm a big fan of the developer, Eden Shaw. And this is going to be called ALBA Condos. It's 36 stories, 460 units with close to 360 parking spots, which is unheard of. And it is right at Ontario on the corner of Fairview Road. And this is literally 2 blocks south of Square One. So in my opinion, this is probably the best address in Mississauga. It's step to the Go Mobility Hub. It's literally on the Ontario LRT line, which is going to be ready a year before completion of the project. And it's a fantastic investment, okay? Now, Eden Shaw specializes in the West End. They've built projects like Chaz in Yorkville, okay? They've done projects outside of Mississauga, but one of the actual founders of the company is from Mississauga, and he holds it dear to his heart. So last year, we saw them sell multiple projects over the past couple of years in Port Credit. Fantastic projects. And what they're known for is the best finishes in the business. So when you come to their presentation center and you see the finishes, whether it's before or after we've got you your unit, you are going to be so impressed. I have not met someone who was not overwhelmed by their product that they will be receiving, where usually some people feel underwhelmed, okay? Now, when it comes to condos, we said condos follow density. And a byproduct of density is transit. So when you have a strong transit foundation, density comes after or at the same time. And then the condos appear. And this is one of those examples. Not only are you going to get a beautifully sculpted building soaring into the skyline by core architects, you're going to have fantastic interiors by Ciccone Simone, who are the best in the business, okay? And this is all within steps of the Cooksville GO station. Across, literally, from your door is the future Ontario LRT. And this is, my opinion, one of the best projects we've seen in Mississauga for years. Now, this is going to be launching next week. And I did an episode for my TV show, Condo Investing with Costas, which is on Sundays, 10 a.m. on CHCH. A couple of weeks ago with the developer, okay, Carmen, who's the head of their acquisitions, he told me, and Kimberly Jeffries, who's one of the directors of Millbourne, we are thinking that pricing for this is going to be around $10.50 a square foot. It's going to be on par with M4 at the M City, which we sold earlier this year. But in my opinion, this is a far superior location. So you're getting a better location, one of the best products in the business, for the same price. Deposit structure. They have traditionally extended deposit structures, which are better than everybody else. Okay? I just saw something from one of my colleagues, Jeff. He said, such a hard market. It cooked my computer. That's hilarious, Jeff. No, it's just I'm not tech savvy. I can't even give credit to that. I got to blame myself for that one. Okay. Now, this project's deposit structure is going to follow the Eden Shaw mantra of giving a nice, extended, easily accessible deposit structure. We are estimating you're going to be putting 10% down in the first year. And that is the rule of thumb, because remember, the developer doesn't build with your money goes into trust. The developer builds with financing. And to get their financing and start construction, they need 10% in the coffers. So you're looking at 10% in the first year, 5% in the second, and get a load of this, 5% in the third, if not occupancy. So that is one of the best deposit structures you will ever have. And after this summer, I doubt you will ever see it again. Okay. So this is launching next week. Contact Ashley or register for it at firstaccesscondos.com, and we'll get you the information first. And like always, you'll have 48 hours to get us your worksheet. This project, we are planning to do volume at. So if you follow our timelines and get everything to us on time, you will get a unit. I'm not supposed to say that, but there I said it. Next one, ARTE. Just down the street from Fairview Road on Ontario, we have ARTE at 89 Dundas, okay? This is at Ontario and Dundas, just south of the heart of Mississauga, but in an area that's going to explode with development over the course of the next 10 years. So as we know, in condos, nobody has a crystal ball, but what we do have is something even better. And we have applications at the city. And these proceed to build for up to 5 years sometime. And this area is going to explode. Now, ARTE is the second part of the Art Forum complex by Emblem Developments, okay? Cash Pasutin, a really big name in the financing world in Canada and in the investment world, he started Emblem Developments out of Ottawa, and he has brought it to the city, and they have a massive pipeline of projects in the city. These guys have so much money behind them and financial backing that they were actually going to start building Artform 2 last year during the main COVID hysteria that was happening and the main lockdowns and everything. They were going to start building and sell after, which nobody does. So this development, you have no worries of anything happening. They have the cash to build these projects even without financing. Now, ARTE is going to be 18 stories, 427 units, and it has over 23,000 square feet of amenities. Now, not many developers give us that much amenity space, or they try to, but it's not going to be at the level of Emblem. Emblem takes a lot of pride in their build. They use the best materials, and they hired some of the best in the business to do, from architects, interior designers, construction project managers, and construction companies. They're really top shelf production. It has a 93 walk score. Again, it's in Cooksville, okay? Studios are going to be starting in the 400s. Over 60% of this project is going to be mid 600,000s or less. That is a fantastic price point. It is for everyone will be able to get into this. And if you add this to their deferred deposit structure, which I predict will be similar to ALBA's, you will be able to reach out and either have, if you're an investor, you're going to be able to easily add something like this to your portfolio. If you're someone who's an end user, you'll be able to probably be able to get something larger that you were planning. Your dollar would definitely go farther here. Now, this will be slightly priced under ALBA, and they're both fantastic locations. And to me, it's a matter of price point and what you, the investor, are comfortable with. This is going to be launching late July, and as the weeks progress, we will be getting more and more information on this. Okay. Danforth. This is a unique project, okay? And the name is very catchy, but besides the catchy name, let me give you a little bit of background on this. This project had originally been started by a developer who went bankrupt. Now, although that doesn't happen often, maybe 1 out of every 100 projects, it did happen. Now, our new developer, Gala Developments, they purchased this and they continued with construction. So this project is about 2 years away from completion, but you are being able to buy something that will be ready faster. So whether you're an end user and want to move into your finished product and don't want to wait 4 to 5 years, you'll be able to live in your brand new unit in only 2 years. This is located on the Line 2 subway line, okay? The Danforth aspect of it, and it is just east of Woodbine Avenue and the Woodbine subway. It is a fantastic project. It's only 10 stories, so it has that boutique building feel, 140 units, and again, prices are from the upper 400s. Now, the average PSF for this project is going to be just under $1,200, and for a project in the city of Toronto on a subway line, that is a fantastic investment opportunity. Now, remember, whether you're an end user that wants to move in quicker or an investor that wants your product ready so you can do other things that you want, this is going to be ready in only 2 years. This project will be launching July 15th, okay, again mid-July, and it is going to be something a little different, 2 years as opposed to 4, but a very good price point, very competitive, fantastic location, and this is kind of the hidden gem, because we usually say when it's first access, nobody's even demolished the properties on the existing properties. This is different because it will be ready sooner and it's already under construction. Now, you also don't have to worry about if this is your first time. Is something going to happen and it's not going to be built because it's already well under construction? And again, contact us at info@firstaccesscondos.com and we can send you a brochure. And as information is released, we'll be sending more to you. It's on the eastern portion of Toronto's iconic Danforth neighborhood that everybody knows about. It has a 91 walk score, and it's literally a couple blocks from the subway, and it's already under construction. So those are the key points to know about this. You're a short drive or a long walk from the beaches in Toronto, okay? And by long, it's about 15, 20 minutes. You're a few subway stops from the heart of the Danforth, which is the Greek town. And it's just a really, really nice neighborhood, something that's up and coming. We've seen a lot of condos started to be built here, and the area is really one of those hidden gems in the city where your dollar goes a lot farther than others. Now, Verge. Verge is a 2-building project which is on the southwest corner of Queensway and Islington. This is, if you know the area, it's on the land where the Cineplex is. So the Cineplex is in the southern back portion of the land, if we're going to call it back. And this is on the top right along the Queensway. So what they're doing is they severed the land, and they're going to build these 2 buildings with a common base podium, okay? And then in the back, they're going to still keep the businesses. Now, that's fantastic. Why? Because literally you can get out of your door and go shopping, go for entertainment, go to restaurants, do so much, go see a movie. It's all literally right there. And that is just a fantastic addition. And that's really why we buy in condos, or we live in condos, because it's the quality of life, ease of mobility, and everything's right there. And again, you're right on the corner of Islington and the Queensway. Now, it's going to be 4 buildings. These are the first 2 we're talking about today. 588 units between the 2 and 31,000 square feet of retail. Now, that's fantastic because you have ground floor retail. Now, some people don't really like this, but I personally do. If you're in the larger building complex, I think it's great to have some grocery stores or restaurants right at the foot of your building. Because if you don't feel like going far for that day, you can literally just go down and right outside your doorstep, and sometimes you don't even need to exit your building. You can do all your shopping or entertaining right there. And that's a fantastic advantage. Now, we have more information about this. The project's tallest building is going to be 17 stories with the 12-story smaller one, okay? It's going to have nearby parks, so like Queensland Park, Queensway Park, Winslow, Dalesford Park. It steps to the TTC, close to school and public community centers. Short drive to the Gardner. This is important. It's less than a 15-minute drive to the heart of the city. Now, at Etobicoke, especially along the Queensway, and we had a project at the GO station earlier this year that just did phenomenally well. Etobicoke is so close to the city, but its pricing has a large difference between them. We're going to be under $1,200 a square foot here, and some units will have parking included. And if you don't need parking, I was told that there's going to be a discount to remove it, which is fantastic because not everybody has the same desires or needs. Now, this project at under $1,200 a square foot is a 15-minute drive from stuff that's selling at $1,500 a square foot. Now, rents between the 2 don't justify the difference in pricing. So you'll be making a better return monthly if you're renting. And if you're owning, you'll be making a better return than downtown on appreciation. So Etobicoke is a hidden gem. Every time we sell a project here, it does phenomenally well. And the Queensway has some of the greatest projected increases of density in our city. And it's a great opportunity and time to invest here. Now, deposit structure is going to be fantastic for this one too. I know I keep saying that, and it's not a catchphrase, it's the truth. I've been saying to everyone that's been following me that a byproduct of COVID, a silver lining on the COVID storm cloud, has been these extended deposit structures that we have been benefiting from. Now, I forecast these are going to be over by the end of the summer, so take advantage of this. Verge is launching next week as well, estimated to be around July 5th. Okay, we'll be getting information to you immediately after that. We have a little bit of time to get that information, absorb it, call me, speak to my assistant Ashley. Let's pick out the right unit for you and get into this fantastic project ahead of everybody else. Now, why are we first Access Condos? Because we find out about projects first. And one of those situations is right now. We have WESTLINE by CentreCourt. Now, everyone knows I do a lot of business with CentreCourt. They're one of my favorite developers. I've invested in CentreCourt product, okay, myself for my own family, and I really like the way they work. They build faster than anyone else. They don't have an interim occupancy period, so when you get the keys, you're the actual owner and can do anything you want, and you start paying your mortgage down. They are just one of the best in the business. Nobody's as efficient as them. And another example of them picking an area which is transit oriented is WESTLINE at 1100 Shepherd Avenue West. So this is just west of the Allen. It is a fantastic location. It's in Downsview, and I know they say the area is booming, but every area of Toronto which is close to transit has been booming, and this is one of those. It's only 14 stories, not what Center Court usually does, okay? They usually go large towers. This is smaller, so nobody sells as fast as them. We sell Center Court buildings out in a week, okay? So this is not going to last long. It's 14 stories, 385 units, 345 parking spots. Here's some examples about why you want to buy in here, okay? But what I like to talk about is amenity spaces, because Center Court gives you the best and the most amenities in the business. They're going to have a 4th and 6th floor amenity space featuring oversized terraces. Balconies will be for almost all units. It was going to have gyms, party rooms, everything that you need. Usually Center Court shies away from pool because they don't want their maintenance fees to increase, and this is one of those type projects. So listen, we're gonna have 46 studios, 78 one beds, 71 plus 10s, 146 two beds, 45 3 beds. It's also close to York University. So if you're an investor and you buy condos near university, which is a large portion of my portfolio, this also checks that box for you as well. Coming this fall, and this is what I wanted to announce to everybody. We have been a mainstay in the pre-construction community now for the past few years. A lot of people know about us. When they hear First Access Condos, they automatically think condo. But what is a little known part of our business is the resale portion. So we're starting a new division called the First Access Condos team, where we will be focusing on resale. Now, what we give to our clients is not only the award-winning marketing and service that we have from our condos shifting over to resale, but if anybody does ever need a condo, we provide first access. So essentially, if you join our team or work with our team, you're getting 2 teams in 1. And for more information about this, again, reach out to us by email, info@firstaccesscondos.com, and we'd be happy to explain more and see if you're the right fit for us. So today was a short webinar because I think we have beautiful weather outside, and the time of the year is not really when we're used to selling condos. So I wanted to just get this information out there. Every project that we talked about today, we have a slew of info that we're ready to send to you, and we're also ready to give you updates as the market progresses, as the information releases. Now, to do that, all you have to do is register with us. But when I do these webinars, there's one thing I like to focus on, and I want to tell everybody the same thing that I usually do. When it comes to investing in condos, you want to buy first. And to do that, you have to get in your worksheet. Now, the worksheet is a piece of paper with your information on it and your unit choices. That is how I go to the developer and get you your units. Now, if you follow the timeline and get us to us when we need you to, we will be able to take care of almost everybody's demands and needs and make sure that your transaction with us is a smooth, happy, and profitable one. Again, my name was Costas Kivelos, First Access Condos. Thank you so much. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to us, firstaccesscondos.com. Thank you.